Welcome back to another episode of Wouldn't You Know NFL Expert Picks. In this episode, we're going to discuss the Miami Dolphins at the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is going to be a game way better than people think. These are two teams that are fighting for a wild card spot, and it's really exciting seeing the momentum that Miami Dolphins have had in the past 4 weeks. They are on a 4-game win streak. Pittsburgh been inconsistent all season, just hovering right about 500. They have a 7-6 win-loss record, while Miami is 6-7. So, two teams fighting for a wild card spot, trying to keep their season alive. So, let's get into it. Pittsburgh in this game, they are riddled with injuries, and one of them is very, very, very tragic. Cornerback James Pierre is out. He has one interception on the season. Left tackle Andrus Peat, he was the starting left tackle. He is out. TJ Watt, he had a collapsed lung earlier this week in a tragic accident at the Pittsburgh facility. He is out for this game. And when TJ Watt is not on the field during his career, they have a 1-10 record, 1 win and 10 losses. So when TJ Watt is not in the game for Pittsburgh during his career, they significantly struggle, and they are a completely different team. Now, Pittsburgh, in their past 4 games, have given up over 150 rushing yards per game. That is what their defense was always good at, was stopping the run. So, without TJ Watt, and they've been recently giving up a lot of running, a lot of long run plays to opposing teams, it really opens the door for a Miami Dolphins team in cold weather to run the football. And with their speed, Miami has a lot of speed. So an older Pittsburgh team is not as fast. It's going to be very interesting to watch. And these are two teams that are hungry for a playoff spot. So they're going to be giving it everything they got out there. Miami does have a better kicking game as well. This might be a game that comes down to field goals and penalties, and maybe turnovers, depending if there is any. But the penalties and the kicking game are going to be crucial. There's usually like swirling winds in Pittsburgh. It's a very tough place to kick the football. It's going to be very interesting in this game. And one thing I want to point out is that Pittsburgh significantly struggles against opposing tight ends. If Darren Waller can get going in this game, it's going to be very fun to watch. But Miami is my pick to upset the Pittsburgh Steelers tonight with the fact that TJ Watt will not be playing. 1-10 record without TJ Watt, that is something that you have to pay attention to. They're a different team without him, and maybe even with TJ Watt, Miami still beats this team because Miami is just that hot right now. I think Devon Achane is incredible of a running back, and he can really break it loose against this Pittsburgh team that is older and not as much depth. So with guys out, the next man up is not as good because they have the highest paid defense in the NFL, and it's very tough putting all that talent around that offense. Really struggling. So Miami Dolphins to win this game. So if you like my picks and want to hear my picks every week, please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And be sure to also follow me on TikTok at Wouldn't You Know NFL Expert Picks. Peace.